What is up, you guys? It's Brady back with a new video. I just want to say we are so excited for the next couple of weeks because Maddie and I are moving to Arizona in literally, I think the countdown is 11 days now. And let me tell you, we can't wait because of this mostly. This is the dark and dreary Omaha, Nebraska that just got like 8 inches of snow the other day. So, and I think the thing that we're most excited about, other than the weather, is just what comes with better weather, which is being able to be outside and do outdoor things and live the outdoor lifestyle, the active lifestyle that we love. But anyway, guys, in this video, we're gonna talk about a few things. We're gonna talk about my update from my half marathon. We're gonna talk about lifting, getting huge and building muscle, and basically just my journey to be the jacked marathoner. I do have a run today, and as you know in the last video, I did just pick up my new Hoka One shoes, the Clifton 7s, and they've been pretty good. I wanna give a little bit of a rundown. I have about 15-ish miles on them now, so I'm getting a decent feel for them and also breaking them in decently well. I'm not gonna give like a full review yet because I don't have quite enough mileage on them yet, but things are overall just going really good, guys. And I'm excited to talk about how I'm just managing all of this, how I'm building up my mileage, running faster, running better, all while being full bulk mode and trying to be the best bodybuilder I can be. And speaking of, I think I'm gonna give you guys a physique update, so here we go. All right, guys, so this is what we're working with. We are at hopefully peak bulk, no longer shredded, but on the bright side, like, I'm feeling really big, easily the biggest I've ever been, the most muscle I've ever had. For that, I really can't complain. I'm not like that fat, I guess to say, so that's good, but definitely not shredded like we were. But it's all part of the process, and we will cut down on this soon. I really don't have that much, but you know what I mean? It's like, this is like how a bulk should look, I feel, you know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, we're gonna get shredded eventually when the time comes, but until then, we just gotta focus on getting bigger, building more muscle, and running long distances. Oh, all right, Daisy update, little doodle update. Daisy is now, I forgot how old she is. She's like 16 weeks or something like that, yeah. 16 weeks. And she is just such a good girl. Can you shake? Yeah, you can shake. She's also very smart. Everyone says that about their dog, but she's actually really smart. Isn't that right, Daisy? All right, guys, so the plan right now is just to kind of start eating my breakfast and get ready for the gym today. I have a chest, shoulder, and bicep workout, which is gonna be absolutely killer. And then after that, I have a 4-mile tempo run. So the first mile is gonna be pretty chill. Second mile and third mile are gonna be at a faster pace. And then the 4th mile will also be chill. So this will be a total of 7.5 miles for the week so far. And I have a 17-mile week, which is pretty much the highest mileage I have put on in this half marathon training so far. Now, I think nutrition is super important, especially when it comes to trying to balance like bodybuilding and running, because if you're not fueling your body right, then you're not gonna be able to recover from it all. And you're definitely not gonna be able to build muscle. I think that's the key too, because when you're running, it's really easy for your body to not prioritize muscle building. Like, you don't need cap delts and giant biceps to be a runner. So in order to do that, you really have to train right, but then back that training up with good nutrition. So right now I am making some egg whites with some ham, and I pretty much try to have a very high protein breakfast, because before I go to the gym, I think it's really important to have all that protein in your system so that when you are working out and when you are running, your body has something to recover your muscles with. Like when you lift weights and that muscle protein synthesis is trying to like happen, you have to have protein there in order to fill the gap essentially and give your body what it needs to recover, right? So I'm trying to get a high protein breakfast in before I go to the gym, and then I'm also trying to have high carb for the running. Now, Maddie and I did actually go to the store last night and we picked up some snacks because we're normal human beings and we like to eat good food, right? So we did pick up some snacks. I think what I wanna say though is that most of the time we're eating pretty good for our bodies. We're trying to fuel our workouts and fuel our bodies as if we are the athletes that we're trying to become. Yes, sometimes we'll have snacks, like I've got Pop-Tarts here and everything like that, but I'm trying to have balance here. And I don't think it's a bad thing to have some of that junk food, especially like when you think about it, something like Pop-Tarts is just a lot of carbs, and that's really good before a run. So today I probably will have a Pop-Tart as part of my carbs, But essentially what I'm trying to do is on running days, I have at least 100 grams of carbs before I go to the gym. On non-running days, I have probably closer to like 60, maybe 80 grams of carbs before the gym. And the reason I do that is because I'm not only running at the gym, like I go and I train really hard for like almost 2 hours with weights, and then I run. So I definitely need a lot of carbs before that in order to just fuel the entire gym session for me. So typically my carb sources are like bagels or English muffins, but in this case, I'll have a Pop-Tart and maybe a bagel too or something like that. Now, a huge key to my success lately, man, this is like the squeakiest chair ever. A huge key to my success lately has been utilizing electrolytes. Now, if you are a runner already, you know how important it is to replenish your body with electrolytes that you're gonna lose through just sweating and things like that. Otherwise, your running becomes really difficult. You might cramp up, and especially because I'm lifting weights really hard before my runs, I've noticed that I am cramping during my workouts, and then I have to go run like 4 miles or something like that. So I have been supplementing with some sort of electrolyte supplement. Unfortunately, I ran out of it, and I'm not gonna buy any more quite yet because we're moving, so our address is gonna change, so I'm just gonna wait. But for the meantime, what I've been doing is having Gatorade Zeros. Now, the reason I get Gatorade Zero is because I want it to have 0 calorie, which this does. And essentially, I just would rather eat my carbs rather than drink my carbs. So that's just personal preference. But Gatorade Zeros still have all the electrolytes that normal Gatorades have. So I'm still getting my electrolytes in. I'm still not gonna have cramping problems and things like that. And you'll notice when you do have a Gatorade or any sort of electrolyte supplement, when you do start like breaking a sweat during your run, rather than feeling kind of like exhausted, you end up feeling just really good. That's the best way I can describe it. And that's when you know that you're properly hydrated. So I definitely drink a lot of water in the morning. I do put a lot of like salt on my eggs and things like that. And then during my workout, I will sip on electrolytes and also during my run. Now, obviously, if you're like a super endurance runner and you're running like, I don't know, 50 plus miles a week, you're probably gonna have to spend a lot more attention to your nutrition than someone like me who, like I said, I'm only gonna be at 17 miles this week. But I think if you are trying that hybrid approach like I am, where you're balancing both training and trying to build as much muscle as possible while getting better at running, then you do need to put some attention to what you're putting inside your body. And I can't stress enough, high protein, high carb, get the electrolytes in and stay hydrated, and the nutrition side of everything is gonna be well taken care of. All right, you guys, so it is that time of the gym session. I'm gonna toss on the Hokas and get running. Had a pretty good gym session. I admit that my shoulder and also my bicep is a bit achy right now, which I think means I'm pretty much due for a deload here in a little bit. Here we go, gonna run. Now, I've had 4 runs with the Hokas so far, and they've all been pretty good. The first one, I immediately noticed a difference where like my ankles and my knees didn't feel like they were getting as much pounding as they were with my other running shoes, so that was good. Now on the second and third run though, I definitely noticed some pain in my arches, so I was a little worried, but that's really common for me. And I think I just didn't break them in quite enough because on the fourth run, I had no arch pain at all. So I do think it's coming together. I'm breaking them in more and more, and I'm excited to get this run in. Like I said before, it's a 4-mile run. First mile is nice and easy. Fourth mile is nice and easy. And the second and third miles are a bit quicker, trying to, you know, kind of increase that intensity and get in better shape. And hopefully in about 6.5 weeks or something like that, I'll be running a half marathon, but it all starts now. So let's get to it.
Remember when we'd have to go to like lab?
See you, babe. Love you. I think that was definitely more humbling of a run just because it was higher intensity than usual, and it shows me like how not in shape I am when I increase the intensity. And when the run's a bit slower and around the speed that I have been running at, it's very easy. So in that sense, I actually do enjoy these faster paced runs because it's finally a bit of a challenge, which is, it's kind of refreshing. Hey Daisy, hey. Oh, did you just wake up? Come on. Hey, let's go outside. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, hey, baby. Hey. Hey. Definitely one of the best parts of having a dog is how excited they are when you come home, despite the fact that you pretty much locked them in a little kennel for like 3 hours. Hey, Daisy. Hey, baby. All right, so my plan, per usual, when I get home from the gym is to instantly get some food in my belly, which usually consists of, once again, high protein, because as a bodybuilder, protein is your best friend. I just was at the gym for a very long time, literally, yeah, like 3 hours. I worked out really hard. I ran. I need some sort of protein in my body now to recover my muscles and help them grow. And something I just want to touch on real quick is, yes, there's more to this whole bodybuilding and running thing, being a hybrid athlete, than simply just the training and even just the nutrition, although those are obviously really important variables. There's also those other variables that you gotta worry about too. So things that I wanna mention as well is just overall recovery. If I'm feeling run down, I'm not going to keep going to the gym and overtrain. If I'm feeling really run down, I'm gonna take a Saturday and a Sunday to fully recover. I'm gonna toss in deloads every like month or 6 weeks or so, because that's what I need when I'm training as hard and as much as I am right now. And also, I'm gonna make sure that I'm sleeping correctly. And this is something that I think guys specifically struggle with the most, is they wanna get huge, they wanna build muscle. You might even be into running and everything as well too, but you don't wanna take your sleep seriously because you'd rather stay up till 2 a.m. doing who knows what, watching Netflix, hanging out with people, whatever. And you gotta realize, like, sleep is gonna be your best friend when it comes to recovery. So I do take my sleep very seriously. I have for the past few years now, and I've seen my recovery just dramatically improve. And so that's something that I'm focusing on right now as well, because like with all this mileage and with my hard, intense weight training, I'm trying to sleep at least 7 to 9 hours, but typically I'll get pretty much like 8 to 9. 7 will be like bare minimum. I'll never get under 7 hours of sleep. Like, I'll make sure of it. So that's some of the things I'm doing also kind of in the background on top of my training and nutrition to also just improve my overall recovery and make sure that I get the results out of this whole hybrid athlete training approach that I'm doing. I want to get the best results possible. So that's what we're doing. So, I mean, unless I change my mind and do it sooner, I'm planning on doing a half marathon in 7 weeks, 6.5 weeks, something like that. I don't have an exact date yet. I'm still trying to find an actual race that hasn't been canceled, but like I said in my last video, I might just have to go do it on my own, given the COVID situation in the world that we live in, and I'm okay with that. I don't need the half marathon to be like an actual half marathon for me. personally to be able to like feel like I've run a half marathon, as long as I get the distance down. So that's my main goal, is just to be able to run 13.1 miles. And then down the road, when I chase down a full marathon, I'll hope that that can be like a proper marathon, but in due time we'll get there. I will go ahead and end the video there, guys, but if you would go down below and hit that like button, and hopefully this just helps, maybe even inspires other athletes out there like myself who love bodybuilding, who want to build muscle, who love lifting weights in general, but also don't want to just not be athletic. Nothing is worse than looking good and training with weights and stuff, but then like not being able to go up a flight of stairs without huffing and puffing. Like nothing is worse than that. I want to be able to feel like a true athlete and feel like I'm capable, and to me running really defines athleticism. Like if you're able to run far and have true endurance, to me that's like such a definition of being an athlete, on top of just like looking the part and building muscle, which I also love doing. But anyway guys, we will see you in the next video. Peace out. See you later.